Abhay, it's a pleasure to welcome you here to the conference.
Thank you.
Congratulations, alumnus of IIT and now Secretary for the DST. It's a great responsibility at an opportune time where India is at the cusp of becoming the world superpower, and technology has been the biggest enabler for us. I want to start with the broader scope of where you think India's focus is vis-a-vis technology in general, but AI in particular, going forward.
So, as I mentioned, in the Department of Science and Technology itself, we had launched the National Mission on Cyber Physical Systems some 4 years back. And at that time, we had set up two hubs. One was in Hyderabad and another was in Kharagpur, which were focusing on AI. But going forward, the Government of India, not my ministry, but the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, is going to launch a major national mission for AI. And we believe that this national mission on AI will focus on developing foundation models, particularly in the context of Indian languages, so large language models for the Indian languages, and also developing applications and use cases for AI in areas such as health, agriculture, transportations, and so on. And there is a huge opportunity in these areas because, as you know, that India is a big country in terms of populations, generating large data sets, which will be very useful in developing the AI models.
When you look at the younger population, 30% of our population are below the age of 30, huge opportunity for us going into the next decades. Two questions. One is, how do we infuse the right kind of technology education in our schools? And then how do we then take that and make them workforce ready? Because there is a gap there between what they study and the workforce ready. So I think we are trying to change that. I just want to learn from you, what are we trying to do?
So I think I completely agree with you that we have to use the technology to scale the quality education and also enable our youth. And the new education policy, in fact, emphasizes on the use of technology in general in school as well as in higher education. In fact, the Ministry of Education has set up what is called as NETF, National Education Technology Forum. And I was a part of that committee which had developed this blueprint and framework for developing the National Education Technology Forum. And and this use of technology is not just limited to online classes and educations or having a platform where, but it actually encompasses the entire activities which even go to the extent of where students can have a great mobility and flexibility in terms of choosing their courses across the institutions, depositing them in the academic bank of credits, and then taking a degree from a university. So this kind of transformation is going to happen, I believe, in the next decade or so in India, and of course it will happen in the world as well. But I think we have an opportunity to lead the way, given again, I would say, the size and scale of the education systems that we have in the country.
Yeah. And that's a great point. I think that'll be a great game changer, I think, for a lot of young people. The other thing is collaboration is very important. As we are here at the PanIIT conference in DC, organizations like these are becoming role models for people in India. IITians have achieved enormous fame and success, and they're trying to give back to the ecosystem. How do you think, departments like yours and technology sectors in general can collaborate with organizations like PanIIT?
Yeah. So as you know that, in India, the startup innovation ecosystem has grown significantly. We have now 100,000 startups in the country, and many of them are working in deep tech, and technologies such as critical and emerging technologies such as AI and so on. Now, these incubators, in fact, DST was instrumental in setting up the incubators across the country in IITs and so on. And these startups, many of these startups have been incubated as a part of the incubator. However, I think since, as you know, that in India, let's say a decade back, we did not have that robust ecosystem of the startups. While that existed in the United States, whether it is in Silicon Valley or whether it is here in New York or in East Coast area. And as you know, that large number of IITians who after their graduation from IIT, when they migrated to US, set up their startups, became successful. I think in terms of giving back to the society and India, it would be very appropriate if this group of PanIIT can act as mentors to these startups. They can also be an investor, they can be on their board, they can work with the incubators, they can work with the incubating startups. They can work with ministries like us, the Department of Science and Technology, and creating a network of such mentors would really help these young innovators who are bubbling with ideas, but they need focus and their energies need to be channelized and they need to be provided sufficient resources. And I think PanIIT has a definite role to play in that area.
And lastly, on a personal note, Abhay, you're an IIT alum. You're running into your friends after 30 years, more than that. But most alums here are, young at heart. Share with us your experience, an anecdote of your experience in general with coming out of IIT.
No, so I'm also young at heart. No, I mean, I had a great experience. As a director of IIT Kanpur, I have attended many IIT Kanpur alumni-focused events. But in this PanIIT event, I got an opportunity to meet my former students whom I have taught in IIT Bombay. So they are not IIT Kanpur alumni, but they are IIT Bombay alumni. I also had an opportunity to meet with some of my classmates whom I am meeting after a gap of almost 30-35 years. So this is indeed a great event to network with each other, learn from their best practices and their successes and listen to their success stories and get motivated and inspired. I wish this PanIIT event a great success, and I hope in the coming years, as I mentioned earlier, that PanIIT, such events can really deliberate how we can involve the Indian diaspora in general and IIT diaspora in particular to contribute to making our country a global science and technology superpower.
On that note, Abhay, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. I think as the Secretary of DST, we have a great guy in you leading this, prestigious, title. More importantly, I think as an IIT alum, we'll see a lot more contributions from you. So on behalf of all of us, congratulations again, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.